Welcome back to the karmic third party. Now, we can use this energy because, as we know, karmic energy can be a karmic individual, can be a romantic partner, could be a person, place, or thing, a memory, as well as shadow work. And we should be using this on the path. Thus, the reason why here at YILDIZ Readings in a coaching format, when we are looking at the readings, it's really healthy to look at it from the person point of view. And then very separately, especially if your twin or yourself are not in a karmic relationship, look at the energy because it can be the memory system coming through, the shadow work we're doing, a lot of inner child's coming up, a lot of wounds. We're moving into the full moon in Sagittarius, so there is a lot of changes coming in. It can be really speeding up. It's really funny that inside of this read, which I did know this would be an attribute of shadow work at an individual level we do, as well as that can come through as a potentiality relating to karmic cycles and karmic partners, can be quite shady. And I don't. The first thing I heard was Slim Shady, which did come up in Divine Masculine's read. This can be for two reasons. Number one, we do have Neptune in shadow. It moves retrograde by the 28th. It's in the house of Pisces, which is an ending. It can be trauma that we're experiencing because we are coming to terms with things. We can be getting very dehydrated at the moment, especially for individuals that have less tools in life, i.e. karmic individuals that are not aware that they're doing this to themselves. Maybe a path is ending, they're not accepting it, and there can be manipulation involved. We do have the Faith card also here, and it's in reverse, which is Crown Chakra. Again, 12th house. Both cards are connecting to Neptune going retrograde. Now, we did have Jupiter in Pisces. Currently, at the moment, we have a bit of a shift. So Divine Masculine has gone from the 12th house to the 1st house. They're still integrating while Neptune's going retrograde. Hi, Del. And for the karmics, there is this Pisces energy coming through. Now, it will come through in huge revelations. And if this individuals have been hiding things that can come up, shadow energy can come up, psychic attacks. It can be, like I said, this can be using pacifiers. Sagittarius also can relate faith. Sagittarius religion is coming up. How this can play out, which we will channel in a minute, and on this occasion, I have done the good, the bad, and the ugly, which I've done in all the other readings. I've added also for the karmic the same principle. I've added masculine in the same principle and feminine inside of this read. So we're going to get the juice, and it's going to help us do mirror work, but it can help us actually see where these individuals are at. Now, it's unique. Like I said, we have Lilith in Cancer. We have Neptune moving into shadow. So spiritually speaking, if we have an attachment, and these individuals are having an attachment at the moment, there could be habits or secrets that are coming out to the forefront. This can be behavioral. It's really interesting that we do have the Elder card in reverse. And the Elder card can be to do with maturity, right? And we do have that really playing out at the moment where it's like this person particularly may not be learning a lesson. And this can come through quite naturally. This doesn't have to be that this person is a bad individual. It may be that they're not seeing the writing on the wall and understanding, and they're moving back into patterns and habits and not wanting to release, and maybe finding a backup plan, so to speak, to continue the phase. The ruin cast that we have, which I thought was really unique because the subjects to do with Scorpio and Taurus are playing out. And that may be, for all of us collectively, we can be looking at intimacy wounds, inner child, revelations and truth, having to do that shadow work, and really having to face some of our demons so we can liberate ourselves moving forward. Now, as I mentioned, in this pocket of energy, 9 times out of 10, these individuals do really struggle with this because there is a lot of conditioning and codependency that can just be repeating patterns. Now, does that mean they can't change? No, not at all. But I do feel in this instant, this is a very drama-orientated situation. There can be a lot of insecurities that are coming up, and I do see this, actually happening. I do feel from the eclipses, something had shifted and there was a delaying of the inevitable. And I feel this pressure. For some of them, it might be if they're in a relationship, and remember, I did pull the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it is for themselves relating to their past, what they're supposed to be learning. But I've also added 3 different levels, which is for masculine and feminine. And that can be whomever is in a karmic relationship with this person, or whom they're dealing with, people, places, and things. So relating to the past, the eclipse did kick off and it did shift this circumstance in a different direction. I do feel for some of them, especially those that are aware of the connection between the feminine and the masculine, there are some insecurities that are cropping up inside of this. And I do feel they were kind of feeling, okay, out of sight, out of mind. Now, some of this conditioning can come up where they're feeling this is reaching a pivotal point and it feels like it's getting out of their grasp, and that's because they're doing the shadow work and insecurities are coming up. Now, I do feel if this individual was reacting shady and did things that were done in the dark, I do feel this is coming up in the mix of it. For some, I feel if this connection had been over for a while, be it they're together or they're not, it is coming up in their life at the moment where they're facing their shadow and they do feel that the individual they were involved with is moving forward. I feel there can be some sense of anger that they are wanting to maybe address this. Maybe they're going to be embodying masculine energy. There can be some sense of manipulation, and this can also be in an intimate way. I'll pull a chakra card with this card. Bear with me. Nails aren't working. Okay. Okay, so if there has been betrayals and cheating, this is coming up. If they did do something in the dark, this can be coming out, especially because we do have this card coming up. There could be something that is coming out. And it's funny because the ruin cast, I do believe, is relating to Odin. So this can be to a group. This can be in relation to a group. It might be because Saturn went retrograde. It could be a group, a family, a tribe, children. It might be at a workplace, but something here in the mix is getting a little bit testing. Yeah, maybe feeling as though there is less forgiveness for what's happened. There can be victim consciousness coming up. I do feel particularly if they are within the relationship with divine masculine or feminine, whoever this person is with at the minute, the way the channeled messages are coming through, I feel there's shadow work and there's lack of forgiveness. I also feel for some, they are aware, like I said, of the connection and there's insecurities coming up. I do feel there could be a little bit of blame. The blame could be that the other person in the mix maybe like they were the victim and, maybe you were Medusa, you were trying to take their person. Just as an example, that shadow phase of insecurities with other people may be playing out. Now, we're going to look at the ruin cast. It's Mars. I did think so. Nothing is for nothing, right? Gifts, opportunities, partnerships, love match, sacrifice, obligations, karmic union, divine revelation. They're not understanding that these people, whomever this karmic was with, be it was the masculine or the feminine, they came into each other's lives for a reason and there was supposed to be a lesson. For some, they may be feeling as though there is no lesson, that it has been for nothing. The quadrant has been warned or will be offered a gift, right? Providing they pass the test. But it may take on the form of wisdom or insight or an opportunity. The quadrant is warned, however, of the responsibility inherently in accepting such gifts. Nothing comes from nothing, emphasizing the quadrant's onus to use the gift correctly and to acknowledge both the given and the giver. So I think it's actually, how would I explain it? It's like it takes two to tango kind of notion. You know what I mean? It's sort of like when we do have things happen to us, especially if we knowingly went into it due to a codependent situation. Okay, this person's going to be handy because, they make me feel special, which is great. I mean, that's where it starts, right? Or it could be for financial reasons. It might have been to give birth to children. It might have been a business contract. Things do change. As they do, if we can't make peace with the past, we're actually blocking ourselves from having blessings moving forward. So I feel if this person has been going in circles and, feeling that they had no power, utilizing it in a masculine format, there is a bit of karma coming, okay? And that can be quite full of drama at the moment. It's causing this person to be anxious. It may be causing this person to try and get negative attention seeking with other people to make counterpart jealous. Nothing comes from nothing, emphasizing the quadrant's onus to use the gift correctly, not through manipulation. Okay, it warns against taking gifts or relationships for granted. Oh, yeah. Okay. Healthy give and take, 8th house placement, or it comes to an end. It's Scorpio in nature. And there was this caution this month that we must not manipulate through intimate liaisons, that we need to accept where people are. We need to own our power. And I do feel for some karmics, if they have been enabled, this can be a time at a karmic level that some, i.e., might have to go back to work, and they haven't been used to that. They might have to let go because, there were points pushed where they were feeling in a circumstance, they were a victim, and they were trying to control the dynamic, and it can be coming as to a tower, okay? Okay, what have they learned in the past? Let's quickly look here before we, dig deep into this. Now, in the good, the bad, and the ugly, this is relating to the past and a lesson they were supposed to learn within their life with the people they were directly connected to and where they stand at the moment. Now, the funny thing was this, the good part is, when we have a subject matter of jealousy coming up, it is an opportunity for us to look at our self-worth energy. Is it an opportunity, to them, they're thinking if somebody's jealous, it means they're loved. And it's actually the polar opposite. It means we have to work hard to create attention, and it can be attention seeking. This is something in their heart chakra that hasn't been healed. So if they have in the past used manipulation or gone to extremities or got excessive energy to create jealousy, in their mind, they're actually not seeing the lesson correctly, because in their mind, this was good. It made them feel that they were in their power. And usually it shows the shadow side of it. It's more to do with insecurities and a need outside of yourself than directly finding inside. I do feel in this instance, it was an opportunity for this person to actually see their worth and accept where they were going and to live in a vibration of self-worth, okay? Sad that that's not how the good section's coming through, and it's actually quite a negative card. It's a negative experience to go through. And like I said, the ruin cast is saying universe is trying to give these individuals some PDFs to help heal, to help transform them, to reach acceptance and peace of letting go, to not personalize these things. It does appear to be the logic, which again, we have Neptune and Pisces is a bit delusional that jealousy is a healthy thing. It's actually not a healthy thing. Okay, the bad. I do feel for some they were challenged to have like a how do I put it? To challenge their hopes and dreams and to move into employment. Now, that does not mean to say karmics are not in employment. There may be a circumstance that, if jealousy was there, they were ranked higher. They were the hierarchy of the food chain. The bad part of it is, again, they have missed the point. Almost spiritually using ourselves as a transaction, that if I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I call it the ice cream analogy. It's a little bit like, okay, well, I've behaved or I've done something, I'm hot or I'm not, and therefore, so you should worship me. So I feel in my mind, that used to work for them before. And I think as time goes on, so funny because we do have Uranus and Taurus and we age and things go, that cycle will indefinitely come to an end. And so spiritually, the lesson has been to actually find that light inside of ourselves very separately to the external, because the external doesn't last, nor does the internal. Now, the ugly part of the situation is what they should have learned is that having fear about it is the poker face, right? So this person has poker faced it. This person has utilized tools to get what they need. In the Venus polarity of things, there has been a change in direction. There's been a bit of a shake-up, which has activated insecurities. And yes, at a collective level, we all have been experiencing that. That's the reason I say we need to do the shadow work. So has it been that beauty is only skin deep? We had Venus and Mercury, right? Can it be that these people are struggling and not comprehending that love is a feeling a painting is a painting, and this is the painting. So the spiritual connection to self and the spiritual connection to another individual, nobody can take from you what is supposed to be there. And while we're holding on, we're losing what we wanted. And I feel there has been a lot of control, a lot of critiquing. This can be towards themselves, towards other people, with very high expectations. So that overall does show that where they stand right now, they're still in the past. And that means that they're really struggling with this belief inside themselves of capacity to look after themselves, heal, find that self-love, not seek outside themselves. It's deeply conflicting. Now, I did pull 2 additional rows, and we're going to have a look at the masculine and where that stands and what the good, the bad, and the ugly was relating to the past. And hopefully I can get the channel message to see if they've got through this, what they've learned from it, and what the circumstances are. I do feel they kept their options open, okay? At a point, I do feel if they were aware of you within the connection, and this is a karmic that is with masculine, I do feel this individual is looking at the circumstance like they thought it was attractive, that they knew that they were picked. And again, that does come through in shadow with divine feminine, right? I feel they also did keep their options open, okay? But this in a different way in their mind. The notion of being picked in a shadow, we have Lilith in Cancer, which can be insecurities, unhealthy boundaries. It can be manipulation and co-creativity. This could also be, okay, well, I'm going to have a child to secure a connection. Just an example. Lilith's in Cancer. I feel in their mind, attention creates security. And I'd rather have no attention. You know what I mean? So there could be, it's sort of the play energy. That's what I'm getting. Keeping their options open, not really committing, acting like they were okay with it maybe while they were getting into the connection. At times that they did feel it was necessary to have these patterns to survive. Okay? The bad part was, part of this spiritually inside of the connection with the divine masculine, they were aware that divine masculine had a connection. Okay, they didn't care. They're like, no, but you're here, and so we're locking it in. We're moving to that next level, knowing full well something's not quite right. And sometimes when the first connection comes in, and that can be for masculine or feminine, doesn't have to be the entry to that situation is there. But at the moment through this portal, it's looking as though these individuals are going through a test and there is a left or right. Now, I do feel they're aware that divine masculine is thinking on another individual. I feel if they're directly in the connection, they do not feel this person is focused on them, which therefore relating to the past is bringing up bad habits. I feel in their instincts, it's making them very paranoid. We have the Pisces energy here. They could be drinking. They could be going back into patterns. It could be causing anxiety. The ugly part of it, it's bringing out a lot of selfishness. It's bringing out a lot of greed. It could be almost vengefulness. And it's bringing out the ugly in it. I do feel if they did something in the dark, it's coming out. It's not going to look pretty. Yeah, it's not going to look pretty. Because it's actually, it's almost like manipulation doesn't keep a person in your life. That's the ugly truth. It actually pushes them away. And even if you're being nice, especially if the stripes haven't changed, if we've been in some shape or form in our life Slim Shady, we then can spot another Slim Shady. So you can't, it's like, what are you committing to? It's like commitment has to come to self first. Otherwise, we can't have a deeper, meaningful connection. That's not to say in these circumstances and in the twin flame path, that happens initially, but you do reach that pivotal point. Now, I feel instinctually they know that in this individual situation, as soon as attention isn't given, as soon as control isn't kind of implemented into it, they do get quite frightened, quite insecure, and the shady energy comes out. I feel this is a conflict. I feel that there is a change of plans, and it can feel a little bit like a shake up. I do feel if they had a fight during the week moving into the following, that spiritually, that emotion is coming up to be addressed. But that's why I said you're supposed to look at the karmic energy, because we exhibit karmic behavior. That's the shadow work, feminines, okay? Feminines and masculines will have shadow work. So I have always said, you look at it from the person's point of view, gain that security, gain that self-esteem. It's very different because you're asking those questions. A karmic isn't asking those questions. Karmic don't give a hoot. A karmic is, this is what I want. I don't want to change. You look at the masculine, the feminine, and the karmic from the situational point of view. You then backtrack and you listen to it from your yin, yang of what you need to enhance and deal with, and then what a potential shadow can be, which can be exhibiting an emotion, a karmic feeling. That helps you balance this union preparation out. I do feel in this romantic relationship, if you want to call it a romantic relationship, it's a karmic codependent relationship at this point. We're breaking cycles. These individuals, I do feel masculine's broken the cycle. I feel they're quite detached. I do feel what this person isn't learning is, okay, you serve a need. I want to be able to gauge it. I want to be able to control it. And if I can't, it means you're not committed to me. But control is not love. Now, relating to the feminine, how the karmic sees the feminine. And this can be on their side or you're in it. They feel, oh, wow. Okay, for a while there, and it's funny because they didn't think it was good. They liked the challenge, okay? I don't know why. That's really bad, but they did like the challenge. What I'm seeing here is they're quite confused, but they liked getting the attention, okay? If this is a feminine in a karmic relationship, they felt that at that time in the connection, there was a lot of chemistry between them, okay? We've got to be careful at the moment. If this shady behavior is coming back, it can be people trying to manipulate their way in, trying to be alluring like a candy shop. All that glistens is not gold. There is insecurities that they do feel that counterpart looks at you as higher, okay? Counterpart looks at you as yin and yang, and this is concerning the person. What are they doing with that, please? It's making them very fretful. It's making them feel very unwell. Okay, in the bad position, right? There could be a notion that, and I'm going to read it first from the point of view of their opinion of you, and then I'm going to read it from the point of view of them being within a karmic relationship with you. So you could still have karmics coming back, feminines. We're still a Mercury shadow. Be careful. Okay, so the karmic individual looks at you as a family breaker. Okay, I don't know who this one is, but this is a message, okay? They also look at you as family. You're treated differently. You could have children with your twin. You may be a person that knows and has been like tribe and known them a very long time. You may know their mother or their father. They're concerned about that. It feels like a conflict of interest. They feel somehow that directly impacts it. They also are going into victim consciousness. They not necessarily are happy in the connection, but they also don't want you to have it either. Funny enough, the ugly section, you had 2 cards coming up, feminine, for how they see you. They do feel this connection is coming. And it doesn't matter how much crap you take. They don't understand how you still thrive. They were hoping that the uglier it got, you would quit. But that never happened. And they don't understand that. They're not understanding of it. Sometimes they're feeling, you know, and this again can be insecurities coming from the top. Well, you know, they're going to age. They're going to age. It'll go away. They don't understand how you rise. They don't understand how you fall down, you experience adversity, and you bounce back up. They cannot understand this. This within the karmic relationship, you know, they're also looking at the connection. They're looking at, okay, I kind of felt, you know, when we're young and glorious, there's the intimacy there. They did think, you know, there is a karmic individual. This can be past related or someone you're currently with, divine feminines. And this karmic truly believed you were going to be with them till death do you part. And they're having a revelation that is not going to be so. Now, do I feel this karmic is, there is a pocket group here where this karmic isn't a negative person, that they're feeling, yes, the chemistry was there once upon a time. They really value it. You guys might be married, but they know that this is changing. Okay, that is one message. They do sense that you guys aren't happy. They also feel at some point this is going to come to a head. And also the karmic individual with the masculine is also feeling you are still a challenge. They do want to, they're scared that a truth is going to come out. It can be an interference. It could be something, they could be, again, using manipulation. I feel they're taking a tactical approach. But this is a tribe situation that is coming to an end. Okay, so it's happening very quickly. It's happening very quickly. At the heart of it. You know, the funny thing, it's almost like they have a revelation that some of that was of their own hand. I feel as much as their insecurity in relation to whom the twin is moving towards, or that the twin will be single or is, some of them are going to have to, I don't know why this message keeps coming through. Some of them are going to have to return to work. I don't know what it means. There is a pocket group where that message is very cryptic, and it could be that they're not working, but it's like they're going to have to. I don't necessarily feel that the revelation is that they're realizing it's like a cycle has reached an end. A cycle is not working. Something is changing. Not accepting change. I don't feel necessarily this is of a blame of everyone else. It's a little bit like we can say, okay, I bought a ticket for a bride and I got on it and I knew at 12:15 it would end. And then it ends. And you're like, that was Peter's fault. No, the ride was ending at 12:15. It's like subconsciously they're actually, they're fretting because behaviors they used to use to maintain this was working. But something in them has changed, but they don't want to accept it. There's a lot of space between these two individuals. They're really thinking about till death do you part. So it could be, okay, do I go into this? Do I marry this person? Especially for those that are single. There is a tactical approach this circumstance is having. It's really funny. This month, money did come up in all areas. More so this week coming. These messages are volume 3. We do week by week updates. Moving through the full moon in Sagittarius and beyond. I do see this individual being concerned about money, being concerned about, you know, their self-worth, their self-esteem. I'm just a bit worried about this money situation that keeps coming up in all the reads, and I don't feel it's from what we're talking about in the collective. I literally feel this is information on someone and how it's going to change this person's life as well as others. some story that they've told doesn't feel like it's fitting true. And it could be to do with the document, and it could be to do with the family. This also could be a work-related project. But for some with the yellow chakra, Lilith in Cancer, Neptune, shadow, it's like some shady shit's coming out. Yeah. Wow. Okay, what's something causes not what it is? There's something hidden here. It is coming out. It's coming out. It's in the astrology. It's in their cards. It's in the stars. The ferryman's coming. It's funny because the card drops down to a 9. Something where they weren't consistent and they hit it. It's coming out. This does relate to money. Okay, money. Okay, I'm hearing it's almost like they've started to believe their own lies. I don't know what this is about. Let's dig deeper. Okay, they're very unstable at the moment. This can be emotionally. Yeah, there's going to be information coming in. I don't think they're expecting it. I really don't. I mean, overall, they're paranoid and very fixated on masculine and feminine, but over here, they're not even paying attention to their life, seeing the area of their ways, seeing the decisions that they're directly making. I do feel there is a group that is spending too much. I feel it's almost like whoever the person is who is in the relationship with them is saying, hey, by the way, budget doesn't suffice for that. Sorry, you can't do that. And I think they've got used to, this is for a pocket group of them, used to spending in a certain way. It's almost like, I just keep hearing telling porcupines. I don't know. You guys will have to return and tell me how this situation plays out for you guys. Yeah, some information. There's a bit of research there. Okay, I think whoever's in this connection has clocked onto it, and I think they're actually they're going for the jugular. I don't feel this is the karmic though. I feel this is the person who is involved with these individuals. They're coming up trumps. Don't think the karmic third party is going to expect it. I think everything's singing Kumbaya. I'm getting some gold digger here. I don't know who this giggle. We'll be channeling it, okay? There's some gold digger energy here. Okay, this can be a fight. Okay, is this actually happening? They're really fixated on how they see an outcome, and I think it's clouding their vision. It's funny because they do have the star, but I'm not feeling the star's the outcome. It's the attitude, the intent, and the manipulation in this circumstance. I mean, what would we deem a star, right? Are they going to resurrect after it? Yeah, more than likely. The surrounding cards aren't denoting an outcome of a star. We've got the delusional energy here, right? We have this something sending, okay? Something's quite not as it seems. It is going to end up in conflict. They need to be very careful about not lying to actually receive this star. And if this is past tense, it's coming back and it's coming out. That makes sense. Okay, what is the out? Let's get a ruin cast for the outcome, shall we? Well, we were warned for the karmic was warned. Okay. What does it say? What is the outcome of this? Wrong page. Come on, YILDIZ. See, the karmics are hiding something. I can't find the ruin. There it is. Oh, Lord. I hate it when the astrology matches. Okay. Lilith is in Cancer. We've got the yellow chakra, right? This is family rubbish coming up. Could be children, fights over a situation. Could be family or inheritance. It could be moving home and changing. Where do I live? I've got this person over here. I've got that person over there. Somebody trying to have a child. And it's like, oh, do I, don't I? Okay, this relates to Cancer. It's Swan, okay? Also, insecurities relating to the twin flame path. We have Swan here, water and earth. Now, it's in reverse, okay? Inner child coming up. Neglect, sterility, and intimate perversion. Or nurturing, nourishment, mothering, fertility, beauty, healing, and growth. Earth mother, spiritual growth and sustenance. If they're being nurturing, right, they will be protected. It warns against neglect or, at worst, abuse of power. Now, this is karmically the message I'm getting. If there had been something manipulative done, this week moving into it may be a slight instant gratification, but also, I would say, an adverse outcome. I'll pull one more tarot. Oh, let's get the astrology card. I want that. We've got there. This could be someone getting in trouble. What's the outcome of that star card, please? And is it? It's almost like there's a porcupine here. I don't know what this is, but there's a porcupine. It's the Sagittarius. Yeah, it's Sagittarius moon. It's not going to be what they thought it was going to be. Like, what they thought is not going to be. I think they're counting their chickens before they've hatched. I'm getting that counting chickens before they're hatched. There's a judgment here. Okay, they're kind of thinking. It's almost like they're laughing to the bank. Yeah. No. See? The sun. Presuming. Not seeing the whole picture. Don't let pride get in your way. Pride cometh before a fall. Yeah, even the mind, you know, it's like they're thinking something, but at a foundation, what they're thinking, it's almost like I'm telling you that my download was, it's almost they've come to a belief of they're believing their own lies. I will love you and leave you. I will see you during the week, members, and we will come back and do, I would say Monday, Tuesday, we'll start doing the following week updates. And I'll see you here. I'll either pre-record them or upload them. See you on Friday.